I had a 3-day work conference on the West Coast, so join me for what little free time I did have in Portland, Oregon. Quick little hotel room tour. Come in, have a bathroom. Pretty standard, but really nice. Full-length mirror, a coffee maker, dresser, place to lounge, bed. I don't think we have much of a view. Of Denny's. I would start every morning off going to the Market coffee shop attached to the Hyatt Regency across the street, where they had the cutest coffee shop, variety of different pastries. So I definitely had to get into the autumn spirit and have an apple tart and pumpkin spice latte. The conference was at the Oregon Convention Center, which luckily was just a block away from the hotel, so really walkable. The convention center is upgraded, modern, and had lots of different rooms and space for different sessions. So definitely a really nice place to have a work conference. When the sessions were over, I'd spend the rest of my day exploring Portland. Unfortunately, the last couple of years, the city has seen an increase in crime and homelessness, so that did make some of the sightseeing challenging, but there are still lots of great places to visit in Portland. I asked my Instagram followers of some recommendations for Portland, and I got a lot of responses saying donut shops, specifically Voodoo. So I went to check out Voodoo Donuts, and oh my gosh, guys, they have glitter painted on the brick on the outside of the building. So cool, all the pink everywhere painted. They had a variety of donuts. Did have to wait in line for a little bit, but I think it was worth it. So many different options, hard to choose, but I landed on the dirt donut, which is basically Oreos and frosting, but it was so delicious, but also a little sweet. Another common recommendation from my Instagram followers was Powell's Books, and if you hadn't heard of it, then this is one of the largest new and used independent bookstores in the country, in the world, I don't know, but it is massive. It takes up a whole city block, has thousands upon thousands of new and used books, has over 9 different rooms, many different levels. If you can't find a book in this bookstore, then I don't know what to tell you. After exploring the downtown and wanting to escape some of the more seedy areas, I hopped in an Uber and headed to the West Hills to tour the Pittock Mansion. I absolutely love touring old homes, mansions, chateaus when I travel. There's nothing like seeing the different architecture and learning a little bit about the history of a particular family of the city in which I'm visiting. So this was a must on my list. The Pittock Mansion was built in the early 1900s and has French Renaissance influenced architecture, and it is just gorgeous. Because this mansion sits upon a hill, there's literally not a bad view out of any window of this place. And this house is not without its controversy, with Henry Pittock putting in a water line at the city's expense, even though this house was outside of the city limits at the time of its construction. Once you complete your mansion tour, walk to the front of it, explore the grounds, but you definitely need to see the lookout point for this beautiful, incredible view of Portland. It's on and off raining here, and the sun is kind of peeking through, but there's kind of like a fog and a mist, and the ambiance outside is just so cool for this autumn day. The leaves on the trees have started changing colors. See, look, it's just like very ominous feeling, kind of gets you in the spooky vibe for Halloween. Some trees are hitting me with some water, so I'm gonna head up. But it's so beautiful, just seeing the scenery and the woods, and there's so many trails that you can hike on the way up to the mansion. So if you're willing and able, it's a nice little walk. So I took an Uber up to the mansion, and now I'm walking to take public transportation. The walk to and from the mansion is not necessarily pedestrian friendly, but I'm making do with it. It's not too terrible. So we are on our way to take the TriMet back to downtown. So I have made it back to my hotel room, freshened up a little bit. I did not end up taking public transportation. It was about a 20 to 25 minute walk to the bus station. Got about 15 to 20 minutes in, and it just started downpouring. It was really beautiful walking uphill both ways. There's like two different hills. It was so beautiful. The scenery was just awesome with the leaves changing on the trees and everything. But it really wasn't pedestrian friendly. There was no sidewalks or anything with the windy roads. Luckily, there was really little to no traffic, so I didn't have to worry about that piece, about getting hit. But once the rain started coming down, I'm like, this is not worth it. So I called an Uber back to the hotel. But now getting ready to go out to eat and explore a little bit more of the nightlife in Portland. So that concludes my quick trip to Portland. However, I only spent one night at home because then I headed to the East Coast for another quick trip. Stay tuned for that video.